Welcome to the It Girl Podcast, where we discuss living life like the It Girl. Our host, Erica Passy, brings on different guests to talk about their perspectives on all things It Girl lifestyle. She covers topics such as wellness, fashion, travel, and current It Girl trends. And now your host, Erica.
Welcome back, everyone, to the It Girl Podcast. We're just going to jump right into it today. We have Regan back on. We're just going to do a super speedy episode for y'all. Today, we are talking about how to make genuine connections with people. And I feel like we could go on forever with this topic.
Yeah.
But we're just doing like a little mini session for you guys. So I feel like in college, it can be difficult to find real friends and make genuine connections. I feel like it gets even harder as we become adults and get jobs, which that's something I'm terrified of. Like going into the real world, it's like, how do adults make friends? You know?
That's so true.
Like, do you just become friends with your neighbors? Like, what if your neighbors are 50 years older than you? Like, like, how do you do it? So how do you go about making genuine connections?
So I feel like there's two types of people in the world. People who, make plans and really go out and make friends and, really strive for that. And there's people who kind of sit back and like let people find them. Mm-hmm. And I feel like I'm kind of both of those people and at once.
I can be the same.
Yeah.
Like I genuinely, like, I do want to be able to go out and do things and meet people out.
Mm-hmm.
But then it's like, how do you do that if you don't even have friends in the first place to invite you to go out? So then I end up just like sitting back sometimes and just like being like, yeah.
Yeah. I just think I'm also very like, I'm an outgoing person a lot of the time, but sometimes I get like all weird, like, oh, like I don't want to be too much, like I don't want them to think I'm like weird.
Yeah, like if I do make a new friend, it's like I don't want to like suffocate them by asking them to hang out all the time.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people think this way, just because we care so much about what other people think about us, but especially if it's someone that we want to be friends with, like we just want their approval. So I feel like you're right though about the neighbors thing, like. There are certain times in life when you're just around people so much that you're going to be friends with them.
Yeah.
Like, you kind of, like, have to be. Yeah. Unless you want to be.
Kind of like family friends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unless you want to be, like, enemies.
Yeah.
Don't really.
So, how do you know when someone is being genuine versus fake?
I think, people, you can tell. It is kind of hard sometimes because sometimes they'll think someone's genuine and then they'll like reveal their true intentions or whatever.
Yeah.
But I feel like when someone like goes out of their way and like asks you, to hang out, not just when they need something from you, or like asks how you're doing, sends you things that like remind them of you.
It's always the little things. That's how you know
Yeah.
someone's actually genuinely like cares. Yeah.
Exactly.
That's
Not just for looks, not just talking to you like when you see them at a party and they have no one else to talk to.
Exactly. Oh my gosh, yes.
Really like making some effort on the outside because I feel like there's a lot of people, you'll, oh my God, like you're so cool, like we should hang out. How often do you hang out with them?
No,
and I'm guilty of it too.
Up. Yeah.
I'm guilty of it, but it's like I can really be friends with someone when they are the one that jump out and, actually like acknowledge that and make an effort to further things because girls are very fake.
Oh yeah.
Like 100%. And I'm guilty of it too. Like I can be fake, but that's why like deep down, if you know me, I'm real.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, yeah.
How do you go about sustaining the genuine connections?
I feel like on the other hand, you know when someone's genuine to you when they reach out and you do the little things. Mm-hmm. So I feel like doing the little things like that, I will admit I am bad at staying in touch with people a lot of the time, but I think I've kind of grown from this a little bit. This is more like my elementary, high school friends. I could have reached out a little more because when you don't see someone for a while, it's easy to kind of think about, oh, like, do they like me anymore? Like, I don't know, they could have moved on from their life, like whatever. But I think personally I need to grow up from that because that's just a mindset that's holding me back from people I really care about. And I think, when you're friends with someone, like you shouldn't be afraid to like check in on them.
Yes. Yeah.
So
I think I try to, sustain those connections just by reaching out, hanging out.
Yeah.
I just, I try to make the effort, and then I'll also I don't know, I'll send TikToks or something like that.
Yeah.
Or, maybe like an Instagram reel,
Yeah.
I just try to keep that connection going.
Exactly. And people are so busy. We're in college. Everyone has so much on their plate. So when someone reaches out to me and really tries to make time in their schedule, that's how I know.
Yeah, I feel like for us, we don't always have time to just hang out.
Yeah.
But we make time for at least a podcast episode here and there. That's us hanging out.
Or going to get some dinner.
Yeah.
Erica always supplies the restaurant. I have nothing.
I have a list of a million restaurants in the LA area that I want to try, and we pick one every once in a while, probably once a month or once every 2 months whenever we have time.
Yeah.
I'll be okay, yeah, let's try this one.
Yeah, but I look forward to it.
We make it a whole night.
Yes. Where are we going today?
Yeah. So do you think when you make these genuine connections, do you think that they follow you forever, such as high school friends, or do you think they fade off as people move after graduation?
I think some stay and some go away. That's just part of life. My parents, I don't know if they're super close with any of their high school friends, but definitely their college friends. My mom goes on a girls trip every year with her four
so cute.
college roommates, and then my dad's best friend in college is we call him my uncle.
Yeah. So do you think your connections from college are going to remain with you?
I think so. I think if I keep this mindset of don't be
scared to reach out.
Don't be scared to reach out, because maybe some people I was friends with in high school, it's hard for me to maintain those since I've already kind of given up, I guess. But now I'm grown up, and college is when you grow up and you realize and life is short. You never know how long people are going to be around. So that's another thing why I think it's important to.
Yeah. Don't be afraid to reach out. Don't be afraid to keep your connections strong. Yeah.
It's holding you back.
Yeah. Okay, well, again, like I said in the beginning of the podcast, this was just a quick mini session. I'm just so thankful that Regan could come in today and actually talk with us and get through the session. And so you can find all of my other podcasts at my YouTube channel, It Girl Podcast channel. You can also find my audios in my Instagram bio link, where you can find my Mixcloud link. And all of my socials are ERIIKA.3. You can go ahead and follow me, or go like my content and, comment on my YouTube episodes. And thank you all for listening. I'll see you next time.
Thank you for listening to today's episode of the It Girl Podcast, a production of the CLU podcasting class. We appreciate all of your support and would love it if you would reach out to Erica on all social media platforms. You can find her on Instagram and TikTok at ERIIKA.3. Reach out and let her know what you would like to hear about next, or send in ideas for current trends you would like her to discuss. Thanks again. Look forward to talking to y'all next time.